What's up, UConn fans? Mediocre Dan here, back with another game preview video. Today, taking a look at our opponent, the Kansas Jayhawks, as the Huskies travel to Allen Fieldhouse for the most anticipated non-conference clash in all of college basketball this season. Now, Kansas comes into this one with a 6-1 record, with their only loss to Marquette out of the Big East Conference. That was in Maui earlier this season. And for those of you who aren't familiar with Kansas, haven't watched them play a lot this year, there's two guys on the team, two seniors who are their best offensive weapons. Hunter Dickinson, transferred from Michigan, big center. We'll dive into his matchup with Clingan in just a moment, as well as Kevin McCullough, probably their best offensive piece, a big, strong senior wing who's adept at scoring from both three-point lane and driving to the hoop, getting buckets at the rim. Now, this is a Kansas team that doesn't shoot the ball very well up to this point in the season. Their best shooter, three-point shooter, is a freshman, Johnny Furphy, out of Australia. He's leads the team with 8 made threes, shooting 40% on the year, 8 of 20. No one on Kansas has attempted more than 22 three-pointers through 7 games so far this season. So they're a team that really relies on getting the ball inside, both through Hunter Dickinson and through cutters getting to the hoop, strong at scoring at the rim. Now that brings us into the keys of the game. Key number 1 is foul trouble. We all know that Kansas has a very friendly home whistle. They're definitely not the place that college basketball was invented. However, there seems to be a slightly different rule set that they play by there, so maybe they are onto something with that. But without Castle tonight, as it looks like it's trending that way based on Hurley's comments, who knows? But without Castle, we're really rolling 7 deep into this one. Obviously, we have Ross and Stewart and possibly Ramaglu off the bench, but freshmen playing in Allen Fieldhouse, that's going to be a tough ask to really rely on them to give us too much there. So making sure that we're playing good defense with our feet, not reaching in and getting stupid fouls, because there are going to be fouls we pick up as they're pounding the ball towards the rim, trying to attack the hoop. Now, key number 2 to the game, this is probably the biggest key to the entire game, is keeping Clingan moving on the offensive end. Why? Because Hunter Dickinson is one of the worst defenders in college basketball. The guy, I don't know if it's just for a lack of effort or what, but he really doesn't move well on the defensive side of the ball. If Clingan can come out and set a lot of screens, it's going to force Hunter Dickinson to make a choice to either keep up with him and keep moving back from the perimeter to the post, or just hang back a little bit, which means Clingan sets a screen, one of our shooters can just step right around that screen, Cam Spencer, Alex Caravan, Tristan Newton, and have a pretty easy look for 3. So that's going to be a big key to the game, is making sure that we're using Clingan all over the court on the offensive side, really making Hunter Dickinson work, pick and choose, get him out of the lane, which also would open up cutters for us to get to the hoop without him down low defending. Now, the third key to the game, assuming Castle isn't playing, it's going to mean big minutes for Solomon Ball. Solo has shown a lot of confidence so far this year, which has been great to see. He's been shooting the ball a ton when he's had looks. He's struggled a little bit from an efficiency standpoint, especially on his three-point shots. So something that I think is going to be critical tonight is the decision-making of Solo Ball. I am not opposed to letting him let it rip the first 5-10 minutes of the game, see if he's feeling it, see if he's hot. But if he's missing a bunch of shots early from the perimeter, it might be best for him to defer and really focus on crashing the offensive glass. He's an explosive player. He's made some highlight reel plays already coming from the perimeter on the offensive boards, with putback dunks and layups. So hopefully we can have him play a little bit more reserved tonight, because we're really going to not want to give away possessions against Kansas and Allen Fieldhouse, a tough environment for any college team. Now, those are the 3 keys of the game. The big X factor I am looking at is our guy, Alex Caravan. Struggled a little bit shooting the ball so far this season from 3. I'm not really worried about that as a whole for the season. He's one of the hardest workers on the team. I'm sure he's been in the gym a lot this week working on that shot. But he is a guy who seems fearless in these big moments. He's not afraid to step up when the moment gets big. Think about the end of the Texas game. Took over and really just made a bunch of ridiculous shots and made it look easy. How many buzzer beaters did he have at the end of halves last year? So when the moment gets big and the lights get brightest, this guy seems to step up, and I'm feeling like it's going to be a big Caravan game tonight, and we're really going to need it if we want to have a chance to beat Kansas in one of the toughest places to play, possibly the toughest places to play in all of college basketball. Let's go Huskies. Mediocre Dan signing off.